Today we'll do the subject science of grade 6 and our chapter number 3 is diversity in living things and their classification. First of all, what is the meaning of diversity? Diversity means changes, different. Okay. Next is classification. Classification means to classify the thing in the particular category. Category is also known as classification. So let us start with the introduction. Geographical condition different in region are vary. What is the meaning of vary? Vary means different. So every geographical condition is different according to their region. According to that area, there are different kind of geographical condition. The living thing inhabiting region adjust those conditions to survive. Inhabiting means to live in. Means we are living thing, animals are also living thing and plants are also living thing. So for surviving their life, they have to inhabit the region. They have to adjust in that particular region. Now next is diversity in plants. Like we all are living thing, so there are certain changes in plants also. See, these are the points. In the plants, there is great diversity. Means all plants are not same. They have their particular qualities and specialities. So first of all, see this. Short varieties like grasses. We have grasses. Grasses is also known as plant, but they are very short in size. They are very small in size. Next is tall trees. Tall trees means that trees which is long, which is very high from the ground. It is known as tall trees. Submerged plants. Submerged means that plants, those who grow under the water. The plant which is growing under the water, that plant known as submerged plant. Floating plants. Floating plant means above the water. Above the water is known as floating plant. That is example lotus. Desert plants. Desert plants means the plant which is grow in muddy area, in a very hot climate. For example, cactus. Now let us see some other plants. See these plants, and we have three categories in plants. First is autotrophic plants, and second one is heterotrophic plants, and third one is insectivorous. Now let us start with first autotrophic. Autotrophic plant means that plants that grow or make or prepare their food by their own. The plant which prepare their food by own by the process of photosynthesis and help of sunlight and chlorophyll, that plant is known as autotrophic. Means these plants prepare their food with the help of sunlight and chlorophyll or process of photosynthesis. Their food are made. Example, hibiscus, periwinkle, pomegranate, etc. Now next is heterotrophic plant. Heterotrophic plant means they cannot prepare their own food. They depend on other plants. Heterotrophic plant depend on other plants for their food. Example, loranthus, dodder, etc. Third one is insectivorous plant. Insectivorous plant means that plants, they eat insect from their own plant or other plant, but they eat insects. That plant known as pitcher plant. Example, pitcher plant, drosera, etc. They eat insect. See the next point. Needs for classification of plants. Why we have to classify the plants? Why we have to categorize the plant? See, tremendous diversity in plants. There are many kind of plants. Very different kind of plants. Some are small, some are big, some are very thin, some are very thick. So there are many diversity in plants. Example, changes like shape. They have different shape. They have different number of flowers, color, fragrance, fruits, etc. This all thing we have to classify while identify any plant. Next is to identify plant correctly. For correctly identify any plant, for recognizing any plant, we have to see this all changes. That this is the plant of rose, this is a plant of cucumber, and etc. Similarities and difference between plants. We have to classify the similarities of plants and difference of the plants. Now let us see the structure of plant. How plant produce. What are their work. First is part Plant that grow below the ground surface. Below the ground surface means under the ground. So the part which is under the ground, that is roots. Roots belongs to under the ground. See the points. Holding the soil firmly. Root hold the soil very smoothly, very strongly. Next, support. Because of root, the plant support system are very heavy and thick. Absorption of nutrients and water. Whatever the nutrient they get from water or from soil, it is under root. Transport. They transport all the nutrients to whole plants. Storage. They store the nutrients, water. Example, carrot and radish. Now see the next part. Part that grow above the ground. This is below the ground and this is above the ground. In above the ground, we have four parts. Stem, leaves, flowers and fruits. Now let us see the stem. Stem, production of food. What is the work of stem? They produce the food to whole plant. Conduction. Conduction means heat and electricity which is transmitted, which is along with themselves, which is known as conduction. Storage. They store the nutrient. They store the food. Support to other plants. Stem support other plant also. They support other plants. Reproduction. They produce their stem together. They produce it. Next is leaves. We have many different kind of leaves. First is photosynthesis. Because of photosynthesis, we produce the food. Because of these leaves produce photosynthesis, and that photosynthesis production of food. They produce the food to whole plant. Then respiration. Because of leaf, plant respire. Reproduction in Birophilium. This plant, these leaves also reproduce. We can see that in a plant there is not one leaf, there are many leaves. So they reproduce it. Next is flowers. Flowers are very attractive. They have different color. They have different shape. They have different fragrance. Fragrance means smell. They also reproduce. They also produce their own flowers. Next is fruits. Because we are discussing about plant, so plant produce fruits also. So we have different kind of shape in fruits. Apple shape is different, mango shape is different, watermelon shape is different. We have different color also. We have different taste. Seed inside. There are many fruits which have seeds inside also. We have many fruits like they have many seeds, or in some fruit we have only one seed. Then pods are also fruits. Pods is a kind of a seed like peas, mutton. So this is also a fruit. New plant from seed. Because of this seed, we can grow new plant also. Now next is, see, we have discussed about roots. So see the next types of roots. There are two types of roots. First is tap roots and second one is fibrous root. Tap root means it is the example of hibiscus. They are very much easy. But in fibrous root, that is grass, they are very thick and they have many small roots also. Next is types of leaves. We have discussed about leaves. So we have types also. There are two types of leaves. First is simple and second one is compound. Simple leaves means only one or two leaves. Compound leaves means many leaves together in one sapling. That is, example of simple leaf is hibiscus and example of compound leaf is rose. Criteria of classification of plants according to shape and height of the stem. Now in this table we are discussing about stem and the different shape or height. So we have four types. First is tree, second is shrub, third is herb and fourth one is creeper. So let us start with tree. The points of trees are: tree grow tall. They are very tall in height. They are very long in height. They have hard, strong trunk. This part of tree, this is known as trunk, and this trunk is very hard and strong. Strong and spreading branches. The branches of the tree, they are very strong and they spread. They influence. They have fruits and flowers. Tree can grow fruits also and flowers. They are perennial. Perennial means the tree that is grow for several of years, that is known as perennial. Example, mango, tamarind and banyan. Now let us discuss next is shrub. Shrub grow close to the ground. They are very small in height. They are very close to the ground, to the land. Less height. Their height is 2 to 3 meter only. Shrub height is 2 to 3 meter. They are small in size. They have thick and hard stem. Their stem is also very thick and very hard, means strong. Example, oleander, hibiscus, etc. Third one is herb. Herb, they are also very less in height. See, shrub height is 2 to 3 meter, but herb height is less than shrub, that is 1 to 1.5 meter. Means they are also very close to the ground. Grow only for few months or up to 2 years. Their lifespan, their life is minimum 2 years. Minimum 2 years. They are alive for months or minimum 2 years, not more than 2 years. Green and flexible stem. Their stem color is green and they are very smooth, very flexible, very soft. Example, periwinkle, fenugreek. Next is creeper. Creeper, very flexible, soft and green color stem. Creeper also have green stem. They are very soft in touch and they are very smooth, very flexible. Rapid growth with the help of support. They need support. If they get support, they grow very fast, very rapidly. Aerial roots on tendrils. Aerial roots like banyan tree. They have aerial roots. Aerial roots on tendrils. Grow in vertical or horizontal direction. They grow in vertically also and horizontally also. They spread their direction. According to the life cycle of plants. Plants is a living thing, so they have their expiry date. They have their definite lifespan. So we have 3 types of lifespan. First is annual, second is biennials, third one is perennials. Annual means that plant which live only for 1 year. That plant which live only for 1 year, that is known as annual plant. Example, jawar and sunflower. Next is biennials. Biennial means that plant which live for 2 years. That plant known as biennial plants. Example, carrot and beetroot. Third is perennials. Perennial means that plant they live for several years, for many years. They are very old plants for several years. It is known as perennials. Example, shrubs like hibiscus, oleander and trees like mango and gulmohar. Now see the next chart, that is flowering plant and non-flowering plant. See, some plants have their flowers, but in some plants they don't have their flowers. So the plant which bearing flowers, the plant which have the flower is known as flowering plant. Is non-flowering plant, the plant which do not have flower, which do never bear flowers, that plant is known as non-flowering plant. And in non-flowering plant, they don't have roots, stem and leaves. In flowering plant, we have root, stem, leaves, and in non-flowering plant, we do not have roots, stem and leaves. According to habitat, according to their life. See, the first one is land. So in land, plants grow on land. The plant which is grow on land, that plant is known as plant land. Example, mango and jackfruit. Plants grow near water. See, some plants are grow near water, some plants are grow underwater, some plants are grow above the water. So we have 2 categories, that is submerged plant and floating plant. Submerged plant means that plant grow inside the water. Example, algae. Floating plant means that plant which is grow above the water, that is lotus. Next is marshy places. Marshy means muddy place, where the wet mud we get. So marshy places, in marshy places we can see the mangrove plant. And in desert area, for example Rajasthan, we get plant like cactus, because cactus no need to water, no leaves, no stem, no root, etc. So in desert we can see the cactus plant. Like we discussed about classification of plants, now we have the diversity in animals and their classification. Means already we have discussed about changes or diversity in plant, but now in this chart we will discuss about animals. See the first, that is cells. Every living thing has cells. Without cell we can't survive. So there are two types of cells. First is unicellular, second one is multicellular. Unicellular means single cell, means only one cell. Example, amoeba, paramecium. Next is multicellular. Multicellular means many cells. A particular living thing have a many cells. Example, man, frog, crow, etc. And in big and small animals, they also have multicellular. Means the animal which is very big in size or the animal which is small in size, they have multicellular. They have multi-cells, means many cells. Next is vertebral column. Vertebral means the backside of spinal cord. We have a long bone. That bone is known as vertebral column. So in vertebral column, it is also known as spinal. We have two. That is vertebrata and invertebrata. Vertebrata means have vertebral column. That animal which have a vertebral column. Example, fish, bird, man, crocodile and snakes. Invertebrata means that animals which do not have vertebral column. No vertebral column. Example, earthworm, snail, starfish, spider and insects. Next is reproduction. As we know that animal is also a living thing, they produce their own birth, baby. So there are two types of reproduction. First is oviparous, second is viviparous. Oviparous means that animal which laying eggs and they hatch their children from that. So the bird which is laying eggs or the animal which is laying eggs, it is known as oviparous. Example, snakes and birds. Next is viviparous. Viviparous means that animal which giving birth to young ones, means they give a birth to their young ones, not any egg. So the bird, the animal which giving their young ones, example, mammals. Now next is habitat, their life. First is terrestrial. Terrestrial means that animal which live on land. That animal which live on land, not in water, not under the land, not any other place. The animal which live on land, that animal is known as terrestrial. Example, deer, lion, rat and man. Next is aquatic. Aquatic means water. That animal which live in water, that is fish. Now the third one is amphibians. Amphibians animal means that animal which live on land also and live on water also. Means they live in two places, land also and water also. Example, frog, crocodile or salamander. The last one is aerial. Aerial means flying. Aerial means to fly in the sky. That animals, those who fly in the sky. Example, birds or some kind of snakes. So children, we have discussed today many diversity of plants also as well as animal also. So we are living environment in biodiversity. We have to conserve this all thing. Means there are many different kinds of plants which we don't know also. And there are many different kind of animals. And we have to conserve this for our future generation, for improvement our plant or for improvement our environment also.